Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chat19, a podcasty-style thingamajig featuring the players you love from Nat19. Here we'll be delving into some of your most burning questions you submitted using the questionnaire form in this video's description, as well as on our Twitch page. I'm your host, Chase, also known as Coffin Jockey, and I am joined today by some lovely, lovely people. How about you guys introduce yourselves as well as a little bit about your characters, starting with Bread.
Hi, I'm Bread, the equivalent of a caffeine pill. I play Fenris Selberon in Nat19's Vestige of a Fucus, and she is a cleric of Tequin, or a time cleric.
Nice.
Just hands.
That's a good time. Next up, we have Cody.
Who the hell is Cody? Hello, my name is Cody. I'm also known as Summoner Blue, also known as Deco, also known as a lot of fucking things. I play Quintus Vanderbilt, but you know that from all the times we've done this, although this is the first time.
The very first time. Every time.
As it always is.
Here on Chat19.
Every time is the first time.
Every time is the first time. And because this is the first time, I want to open up with some real easy, fun questions and just like have a good heckin' time. So I'm gonna do some real cash questions to start things off.
Super cash.
Real cash. First on the series of cash questions is, dear Fenris, how you doing, girl?
How you doing?
How you doing, girl?
Man, Fenris is doing good right now. This is peak Fenris time.
So that was Carrie's.
That's for later. You guess who asked the questions later.
Yeah!
No spoilers.
I know this is the first time we're figuring out the order that we're doing things, but let's wait until the end.
we got cash questions, then real questions, then the most dangerous game with the highest stakes ever invented.
Bum 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 bum.
So why is this springtime for Fenris?
Springtime for Fenris. I love that. Basically, last game, Fenris... Let's see, what is all the cool things that happened to Fenris? So, heckin', we went to a party after talking to the High Lord, and Fenris gets sponsored by the current High Lord's daughter, gets badass armor, which is resistant to lightning damage, so, sorry, Vogan. Feels bad, man. And heckin' got to talk to Tantia, and then this really cool bird chick shows up. Like, it's springtime for Fenris, for sure.
Hell yeah. Is it true that Vogan has, like, a god in his sword or something?
I don't know.
It's more of a beast that a god made into a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it's kind of
so
the same. It's the same
totally
deal as
different.
Lexi's bracer. It's like
Is it not
really
made
badass
mostly of
monster.
lightning?
It was a lightning
Made of
boy.
a creature of lightning.
It was
Okay,
like
yeah, so
a lightning bug,
armor
but
seems very
not as
important,
uncool
yeah.
as that sounds.
I
Like
got
he was like a lightning scorpion. So,
Ew. Is zap you.
Mhm.
Give you the
Little
tickles.
zappy.
That's fun. Okay, cool. That armor seems real cool. Yeah, good heckin' time. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got coolest armor.
Next cash question. Dear Fenris, what kind of jelly do you like?
Oh god, apricot? I don't know, maybe
Okay.
she's a marmalade person.
Are you a
Let's
jelly
really get
jam
into
or
it.
like preserves kind of
Let's
gal?
get into it.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
I feel like
deep lore.
Fenris probably eats preserves more because it comes in a jar and lasts a long time and is, I mean, I can only imagine probably cheaper than like really sugary jams and stuff.
That's
Quintus
fair.
is all about the jam.
I
All
mean,
about not even the jam, all about the jelly.
Oh yeah.
Give him the jelly.
because the
He's
jelly
a jelly
shakes.
man.
He wants
Don't
to
they
he wants to see the scoop whenever it comes out. He wants to see it jiggle.
Yes, he wants to see the exact indentation of where the scoop came out.
The viscosity.
Yes. I dig it. So apricot preserves. I like it.
Yeah, on a
I
nice
dig it.
like piece of bread with butter that's been
None.
roasted.
Bread and butter or
roasted.
like toast? Like, because there's yeah.
Ooh, I mean, this is totally biased. I feel like she would do on the precipice of being toasted, but not browned. Like, you know, when
Blue.
it's like... Okay, Cody. Heckin', where it's like just on the precipice, but it's not browned. Like, it's not toast.
Just crisp enough
Just crispy, yeah.
Yeah,
Little
I like
crisp.
it.
It's getting a
I
little
like
hot in this Chat19 session.
Oh
Heck yeah.
my.
We gotta get into the deets on these cash questions. They bear weight.
Mm-hmm.
Third cash question. Dear Fenris and Quintus, what do you guys think you dress up as for Halloween?
Fenris.
Yes. Oh! You be Fen? Why? That is awful! That's the worst costume! You want to dress up as Insecure for Halloween?
Imagine Quintus with the boob window.
Mm-hmm.
I see your point.
Quintus can pull it off.
Oh my god.
I'm about it. I'm here for it.
Quintus is somehow like Archer, where he has the biggest bust of all the characters.
I mean, the only other
love
thing I
my
think is
keyholes.
maybe like a witch, like having him dress up as like a magic-y person because he's not a magic-y person, but he really likes magic. So he'd like have like a witch hat, and he'd like have like a robe. He's like, ha ha, like buff wizard.
Nice. He cast fist.
I feel like Fenris would be a nurse or a doctor if she was really feeling cheeky. Like,
I gotcha.
I'm
That
like,
just sounds like a worse version of what you are with the context of like you call down gods.
that's
magic.
fair. I agree. But I feel like she's one of those people who dresses up as their day job. for Halloween.
Hello, nurse.
Nice.
Fenris shows up as a doctor and it's like, I have a PhD, but it takes me like hours to fix people. Oops.
Do you want to see my PhD?
In the frame on the wall, I have
Oh my god.
phone issues. Oh, it's fun.
Like, I can imagine them being like, oh snap, it's gonna be sexy, and she's like, I need to take a saliva swab, and just like attacking the person to get like a test, like, oh, you don't have strep throat. Good for you! Or you don't have mono. Go smooch. Live your life.
Get them smooches in.
Uh-oh, I gotta give you your cootie shot.
Live your best
Huge
smooch life.
needle.
I'm about it.
But you.
Next cash question.
Ah,
Dear Quintus, what are your hobbies? Do you have any talents?
It's actually not come up a lot, but Quintus does have musical talent.
What?
Yep, Quintus has an instrument that he's able to play, and I can only assume that means it's some sort of a hobby for him to do. He actually can play the viol.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's something that I was thinking of having him like do at some point, but then the party turned out to be a completely different type of affair than I thought it would be. Yeah, he can actually play the viol, and it's
Like
basically
an old-timey violin.
yeah, it's
kind
like one of those
violin.
big violins.
Because I was like, in my mind, I was like, viola? Or.
I can go get a
Aha.
picture, but
Yeah.
basically
cool.
he plays the
Oh
viol,
my
and
God.
he also any other sort of
fancy as fuck.
he's a noble.
My word.
Any other hobby he has is definitely partying. Anything. He's somebody who probably gets interested in a lot of things and tries them and then stops.
That's one of his special talents is partying.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
There is a person near him, one of the other lords of the land away, who throws the best parties, and Quintus is there every time. You know I'm there. Kitty, pack up. We're in the middle of the tournament, Quinn. No, you don't understand.
It's time for me to throw it back.
It's party time.
Oh,
I love that.
love it.
It makes me so happy. Oh, Quinn.
Very last cash question, and then we'll get into some more
say it.
serious ones. Dear Quintus, do they have any public executions in the land of Wei? And if so, have you ever gone to one?
Oh my god.
Public executions. Well, we don't really have any public executions. They're probably taken from away from prying eyes. However, just because the public can't see them doesn't mean that the nobility don't have the same pleasure. We do have to see an execution every now and then, mostly just to make sure that it is taken into account. I don't know. I'm just saying things because we.
I was like, wow, you were really going for it. That was
I
in
don't
character
know.
and everything.
I
I'll
appreciate the improv.
I
I
need
try.
to step it up.
I know very little about the Land Away, but whenever people ask me about it, I just usually go on some sort of a talk 8 of it until Logan tells me to shut up.
Fair enough.
True, true.
I just wanted to include that at the end of the really casual questions because it
Oh,
was
yeah,
so incredibly
cute.
severe. I'm like, well, that'll be a fun segue.
Juxtaposition.
Woo! Okay. Next question is for Fenris. Dear Fenris, we don't know much about the Pale Lady, and if her and Tequin got into a fight, who do you think would win? Who would Fenris bet her money on? Logan, betting!
Oh no! Oh oh no! Poor Logan. It's even
Uh-huh.
tracking him here.
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like the Pale Lady would win, only because we're getting more and more hints that, like, the Pale Lady's one of the primal gods, and, like, because of that, I'm like, I feel like the Pale Lady's gonna be a bigger problem than she seems right now. As for who Fenris would bet on, oh gosh, I think that's... I feel like her gods would kick her ass if she bet.
I was going to say, if you were like, if they got in a fight, I think the Pale Lady would win. I'm like, now is it or is it not true that you currently worship Tequin?
Yeah, like I feel like that's kind of sacrilegious to be like, ah, yes, one or the other would win. Subjectively, I think the Pale Lady would win because I think she's like a primal god. That's my own theory, a game theory. But Tequin is technically two people, so I don't know if they would like
Tequin just
double
stops
team
giving you
her.
magic.
Yeah, I'd pull a David.
Oh, jeez. And
Just
go
all my magic
switch
gone.
sides immediately.
By the way, that's pictures and videos. That's a VO.
Ooh,
Oh.
fancy.
Very cool, very cool. But heckin', I guess the Pale Lady as both answers.
Okay.
Because Fenris kind of is proud of her relationship with the Pale Lady as of right now because she feels like she's one of the only people that is being reached out to.
Mm-hmm.
She feels special. And so, that's probably...
Getting
More of a
special treatment
personal
when you switch sides
relationship.
immediately. I see how it is.
Hey, man.
I see
Dot,
how
dot.
it is. And so does Tequin, who I'm assuming as a deity sees what her followers do. So
Yeah.
you know.
Probably.
You know.
You just wake up the next day, no magic at all.
Ah,
Next
that'd be so
question.
bad.
Dear Fenris and Quintus, who do you think is the parent of the guild, and why is it Fenris?
Hmm.
Indeed.
Hmm.
I feel like clerics in general tend to have a little bit of a parental role. Maybe not in personality, but like in the sense of taking care of a guild. But Fenris just tries to nurture everybody.
I'd like to think that none of us are the parent and Journey is the parent.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think that we're all just Journey's kids, and the highest standard is just like a group, like one of the groupings, which is, by the way, made of his favorite kids. We're his favorites.
Of course.
Yeah. So I'd like to think that.
We keep things interesting for him. Yeah.
He
I don't
loves
know if I would
those.
call Fenris the parent of a guild. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Everyone's pretty good at parenting themselves,
Surprise
for the
twist
most
for
part.
that question.
the most part.
That's entirely fair.
It'd also be weird because she did marry him, so.
Dear,
Ah! Ah!
Dear Quinn, so, Tenebros, I think that's how that's pronounced. Talon number 1. Thoughts, feelings, concerns? What do you think Astravarius is up to? I think that's how that's pronounced. Just a big buddy, maybe? Maybe Archdemon? Maybe Big Buddy?
Tenebros is one of the talons that just showed up. The talons of Atharul that just showed up in the game, and I don't know what to think about that guy. Like, when he showed up, he basically showed up like, oh yeah, I just thought it was a thing to do. Hi. Whatever, I just didn't really think about it, and it was on my mind at the time, so I'm here. And, like, that's his answer to everything. Like, one of our companions, which is Izzy's new character, Flux was just like, hey, you killed my master, and he's like, yeah, it just seemed like it was the right thing to do at the time. I don't know, I didn't really think about it. It wasn't anything personal. And I'm just sitting there like, well, I don't, what, huh? Like, he's, I'm not afraid of him. Like, it's not really a, I think that he's one of those characters, and Logan makes these really well. He's one of those characters that we're supposed to, like, see as, like, he's one that we're supposed to, like, not like and, like, work to defeat, you know what I mean? And that's at least what the vibe that I get from him originally, because, like, he's like, you know, we learned that the Talons are potentially, like, the sons or daughters or reincarnations or something of Tiamat, which means there's probably 5 of them.
Yeah, I believe there are.
For one of each heads. So, like, with this guy, he's the Black Talon, and he's the first one we see, which probably means he's the one we're supposed to just kind of assume the rest of them are like. However, the other ones show up and like, actually, we're far stronger than Tenebros.
Yeah, based on anime power scaling rules, which I have to assume will definitely come into play.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, naturally.
Obviously, the first one to show up is either the strongest or the weakest.
And, like, there's so much intrigue with it, because while I'm not afraid of him, like, he's so interesting, because one thing that he did bring up, and one thing that Quintus is very much have on his mind right now, is he offered Quintus the city of Summergrass. Which is what they're in right now. He basically said, like, hey, we don't like Murkwire anymore. You want the city that Murkwire wants? And he's like, how about you come back later and talk to me about that? And then, like, it wasn't really on his mind until he talked to the High Lord. And the High Lord's like, you know, maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe availability was what we need here. And Quintus is like, I don't have a lot to say to that. Like,
stop making me think about taking the deal. Damn.
Yeah, stop making me think about taking a deal with a literal devil, please.
Poor Quinn.
But he's thinking, because, like, he does feel like he could do good if he had the right advisors. But at the same time, Quinn also knows that he's probably never going to be that much of an influential figure in the council that he's going to join in the Land Away, because he doesn't think of himself as a good leader. He doesn't think every decision that he seems to think he has made so far, he has made an error, which is why he usually asks other people to do things for him. And whenever he does, like, think of something for himself, he ends up regretting it, such as whenever he put Fume, like, in chains underneath their house, and, like, everybody's like, we can't do that, this is wrong.
Speaking of Fenris, and that was Fenris being like, Quintus, what the fuck?
And
what
he
are
was
we
thinking,
doing?
because Chase, for your information,
yes,
he was saying he was going to kill them all, basically.
He was gonna turn us in,
which would mean we were gonna die, because he was gonna give us to the Crystal Queen.
It's true. Our Lady Satsuma.
And he was like, I need to not let him do that. And one way he can do that is by resting well, so he gets no food.
That was, like, the first disagreement Fenris and Quintus
and then
had.
Like, the next day, he was like, I did not listen to anybody, and obviously I can't be trusted to make decisions, because all my decisions in the past have been very sus. So he did apologize in the end, but yes.
Yeah.
So he would just get, like, a big council and then just, like, sit at the top of it and be like, yes, yes, whatever you guys are talking about.
It would probably have to do a lot with Kitty.
Okay.
It would probably be he would probably allow Kitty to make most decisions, or anybody else that's there make a lot of decisions. But yes, that's very much. Yeah.
Astrovian.
So just for clarification, was it Tenebros that offered you the city, or Astravarius? That
So
offered
it
you
was
the city?
Tenebros. I want to assume that they're thinking of Stradivarius instead of Astravarius because I don't
There you
remember an
go.
Astravarius. So I
Okay.
think
I
that
don't like that
whoever
it's
whoever put
Strahd
this
in
in
his name.
means Stradivarius, who was a big old dragon boy, and he was more terrifying.
Okay.
He was more of a terrifying boy because he was a dragon. So yeah, he was more of a threat. At least here's the thing: it's gonna end up being he's not the bigger threat, and the other guy is, and that's how it always works. But Stradivarius was a cool boy, and he was a dragon, and he was a little scary.
Okay. All right. Cool. I don't know about these characters, so I'm just trusting
They
y'all. when I see a
literally
big
Yeah,
thing.
just
I
showed
don't-
up, so we don't know about them either.
I
I was
literally
more
have
saying,
not
like-
met them yet.
I was more saying someone could absolutely pull something over on me by submitting like, "What do you think of character that doesn't exist in the game and never
Mhm.
will?" And I'm just
Don't
like,
give them
asking
ideas,
straight-faced.
Don't give them
Have
ideas.
Logan proofread all these before I.
Mm-hmm.
Logan, are these people real? And then be like, stop calling me. And then yeah, that'd be great. Oh, what a good time. So okay, fair. That's an interesting boy.
All I know is Tenebros is hot, and that's about it. But what's new? It's very upsetting.
Did you not like? Okay, yeah, all right.
We were split up into two different groups.
Okay. I get you.
Spicy Vessel for Tiamat.
Ew.
Look at that boy,
What a boy. A
Very
beautiful boy.
spicy.
curly hair.
Next question. Dear Fenris and Queen, what's the best thing to happen during your respective Locane ventures?
I-okay.
All right, that's
okay,
fair.
I got
Just
you.
want me to look like an elf. That's my bad.
I got you.
Locane Ventures, thank you. I appreciate it.
Locaine. He knows what he's talking about.
I've seen the show. I haven't. What is one of those?
What was the best thing to happen for yours, Brett?
I think the best thing was the fact that we ziplined across the area, which later we found out we avoided a bunch of confrontations, and that does affect us, like, XP-wise, but I thought... I'm gonna be honest, I'm mostly proud of it because it was my plan, because we were figuring out how we were gonna get from one place to another without A, getting caught by the guards, and B, the fact that they were separated by, like, a whole chasm. And so I was like, zipline! And, like, we actually did it, and it was a really fun moment as Fenris because she's very hesitant about stuff, and she had to basically ask Tantia to shove her off. Like, just push her off the ledge so that she would zipline down. And so I thought that
That's
was a lot
all
of
well
fun.
and good. That's all well and good. I got
I was-
23 AC.
Damn.
I got a
That's a
shield
lot.
that gave me shield AC plus more shield AC, and I can dash with it, and that's really cool. And I can hit people, and I can fly in the air, and it's just
Doesn't it also make you slow?
Yes, but I can teleport with it as well.
That
Oh.
does make you faster in that way.
Mhm.
So, you know.
Twice a day, I can teleport up to 50 feet away if I move in a straight line.
That's pretty
Egads!
good.
That's like a better Misty
Or
stuff.
not twice a day, twice a rest.
That's still really good.
And I can also use it to basically put a shield in front of myself that halves damage from a certain target against me for the rest of a turn, which is pretty cool.
Damn, that's gonna be great for
That's
the
got
tournament.
a lot of cool abilities.
Yeah, it is. And they're all short rest abilities because fighter.
Oh, fuck off!
That is
What?
disgusting.
Because
gonna-
fighter.
That's
You're
so
right.
gross!
Yeah.
Ew!
Oh, I love
Lucky
it.
son of a bitch.
Also, we killed undead beholders. That was pretty cool
Dang.
too. A
that's
Cambion. It's pretty cool too. I don't even know what the horse demon thing was, but I grew. Okay, no, never mind. I know the perfect one. I turned into Giant Quintus,
Oh, I was there for that.
And I was Giant Quintus, and I killed a Cambion and a big monster with Giant Quintus, and that was fun.
That's a
A lot of good things happen
Yeah,
in our
dang.
game.
Yeah.
Our
Apparently
Alucane
that's a
adventure was
lot of
better
cool-
than yours.
I didn't expect you to fucking pull out the whole entire journey. Listen here, you.
The whole journey was our highlight.
We ran into a Medusa as well, and we escaped, but we almost fought.
I was gonna say, it's like, what were your favorite things? And Quintus is like, enough to write a whole novel about. And
Everything.
And then Fenris is like, I got scaled because it was high
I
up
got
and I
so
had to get
scared.
pushed down zip
I-
lines.
And if it was me instead of Quintus, my favorite thing was that we got to play with Hayden, and Hayden is joining us now.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
that's
Okay.
wonderful.
I
That's
mean,
a good-
Corinne is
What's
also
a shield?
Very...
Okay.
Corinne is also delightful. Corinne's character was really cute. She played a Medusa.
Oh, I
named
wanted to play with
Elma.
Corinne so
Oh.
bad.
That would have been a problem. She was impressionable.
Yes.
No, sweet Bab.
a powerful Bab.
A
Coming for
powerful
you,
Bab.
bird girl.
Oh no.
She is canonly 9.
Impressionable.
More powerful
I'm
than
adopting
us
you,
all.
bird girl.
Oh,
Prepare to be a noble of the Valor Belts.
Here we go. Next question. Dear Fenris, what were you gonna tell Flint about Lexi?
I don't want to say it because Logan's here, but I will for you, Chat19.
Oh.
No, maybe I won't. I'm
Oh.
gonna choose not to answer this question.
Okay. All right.
Dot. Something good. Not.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't anything about because everyone thinks
She
that Fenris.
smells.
Oh, stop it.
She has a nose. She can do it. She smells.
She's stinky.
Sniff.
Heckin'. Everyone thinks that I was gonna tell Flint about the fact that she is a Kitsadria, which.
He already knows.
Yeah. No, this was something more of political value, dare I say, within Heckin'. Oh gosh. But yeah, dot. Who's to say?
Well, all right. We have now reached the part of Chat19
Carrie would be pissed.
where I will recite a poem.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like poems.
If Stadium Sketty were thrown like confetti into the sky on a whim, then how much stayed Sketty ends up in the jetty on Yetis on Betty and him? You know him. The man who melts ice, the women want him, the men want him, the girl next to the diamond ring wearing kiss stealing the wheeling and dealing limousine riding jet flying son of a gun man.
You had to fucking bring it back for the first episode.
Oh, of course. I can't not bring it back.
I'm so confused.
You know Stadium Sketty?
This is Sketty, yes.
Yes, the Stadium Sketty, yes.
Yes.
If it were
This
thrown
Sketty is
into the
great.
air.
It's fantastic. That's a waste. That's a waste
Yeah.
of Sketty.
It is. It is. But if it were thrown into the air like confetti, then it would end up in places like in the jetty and on Gettys and a woman named Betty and on Merit. And the correct answer is 14 pounds.
Okay. I'm glad I know that now.
You're welcome.
Yep. We'll
It's
be
really-
able to answer. We'll be
I'm
able
gonna
to
have
answer
to. I'm
the
gonna have to
riddle.
lick a lot of Sketty off of Miriam. Is all I got.
Oh my god! Good lord! I pray for you. No.
I, for one, believe in you.
Thank you.
Next
It's called
question.
carbo loading.
Yes. I'm about it.
Gotta get your weight class up.
Hell yeah. Next question is for Fenris.
Oh my.
Fenris, dear Fenris. Now that you and Tantia are a thing, by the way, apparently you're a thing, congratulations. Now that you and Tantia are a thing, is your arrangement with her exclusive, or are things still open to him? You know him?
Just
man
the
who melts ice,
capital
the one
him.
man wanting the Rolex with a diamond ring wearing kiss stealing the wheel
Oh
and the
my-
limousine riding jet flying son of a gun Marion.
Wow, that was really fast.
Thank you.
I mean, I the Miriam thing I feel like was a one-off because like obviously Miriam shows absolutely no interest in Fenris at this point, which
Yes, a one-off and a one-off and a one-off and a one-off.
which is
Oh.
considered a success in her eyes. I I don't know if they're necessarily a thing. There's actually some complications going on in that regard, because Hayden's character, Aviana, possibly, I don't know this canonically, like, I don't know at all if this is true or not, because it's been purposely kept from me, but basically, Aviana and Tantia have a history, and so now that's kind of in the mix of things. I don't know. I think Fenris is still feeling out what Tantia's point of view on their relationship is. Because, like, if Tantia was like, no, why would I be exclusive with you? She'd be like, fair. That's fair. Alright. Cool.
No.
I'll be here.
So you would like it to be exclusive?
I think that's, like, the place it's going currently, because, like, there's no one else that really catches Fenris's attention as much as Tantia has. Or has stuck around.
That's not like a preference of relationship thing, it's just like a lack of competition.
No! I mean, that is how I phrased it. I think it's also...
But what
like,
about the man who melts ice to women
Right?
and then one of them Rolex with the diamond ring?
Bread, what about the man who melts ice?
The man who melts ice has had his time. He's gotten...
But the women want him!
Not Fenris!
The man wanted him!
And they can have him! Fenris sees Miriam as, like, a very close friend, as of current.
Even though he's Rolex with a diamond ring wearing?
Yeah.
Then he's
Diamonds mean very little to her. Except for Revivify, then she's like, ooh, actually, can I cop that ring? But besides that,
just the gem
not so
disappears
much.
from it.
Huh.
You still got your Rolly, don't worry.
That's true. Unless it's worth 100 gems, then be in fear.
And he can always fly in that jet.
We need to go and talk to that lady who wants to bone Quintus and sell all those gems.
Oh, true.
Are you implying that because she wants to bone Quintus,
We get a good price,
more?
yes.
I see.
I think we actually have in the past.
Yes, we get a good price. And Quintus is fine doing this because she doesn't like Miriam, which means that she is not wife material.
Mm-hmm. You will let her simp, and in exchange collect the bounty. Wonderful. What a time. Next question. Dear Fenrisian Queen, since you're still in the tournament, who would be the top 5 competitors you want to fight against?
Oh, shit.
Like, okay, is this the top 5 we think we can beat, or is it like
just
that you would like to fight?
Whether you'd win or lose, who you want to fight?
Oh, lady.
Okay, is that all 5 slots?
That's all 5 slots. Again, I told you this last time. Quintus is terrified of the lady. But man, does he want to fight her for honor? Just the thought of being in battle with a knight of the capital is just the utmost it's just would be the best for him. However, there is one person he would love to fight even more, but that's mostly because of his unbridled rage, and that's Murkwire.
Oh my god, true. I was sitting here like, I don't think I can get to 5. I totally forgot that Murkwire exists.
Other than that, he would really like to fight Fenris and Vogan because he's never really done it, and that'd be neat. And I guess to round out the 5, Blister, because Blister beat him last time, so he wants to see if he can take her down now.
Fair.
I would say there are a couple people that Fenris has no interest in fighting, which is Blister's just a bad time for Fenris because she's a spellcaster, and Blister's bullets can get rid of spells really quickly, so that's a problem. And the other person she doesn't want to fight is Keen, because she feels like that's definitely Vogan's thing. She really wants to fight Vogan because she really appreciates...
I feel like Keen is Keen and Lady are probably the two strongest people in the tournament, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, those two, like, I feel like Murkwire is not even on their level. Keen and Lady seem like the two strongest, and because I'm terrified of her, that means Lady is the strongest.
Of course.
Yeah, and it
'Cause,
also,
you know,
also
he
feels
would-
like Quintus needs to fight the lady because of his weird, like, he's got a little bit of, like, an honor boner for her.
Yeah, 100% he does.
Ugh,
A little
I'm
bit.
terrified. I'm
you're a
absolutely
knight.
fucking...
Please
I'm
step
so
on
shook.
me. Ugh.
I'm so shooketh when it comes to her, but Quintus would
heckin'.
love to fight her.
Fenris really wants to fight Vogan. She really wants to fight Tauntia. She really wants to kick Murkwire's ass because, partly because she was the person who killed him the first time he died, and she feels a bit of a responsibility that he's come back because as a cleric she should have been able to speculate he could get revived, but there's not much to be said there because it's not like we were around his body. The place basically collapsed around us and we couldn't find his body. But heckin'. And then she really wants to fight Quintus to knock him on his ass. 'Cause
How dare you, but yes!
listen! Heckin', Fenris kind of feels like he needs to be taken down a notch. Just like,
Ha!
alright,
Well.
Like, he speaks for the group a lot. And I think she just wants to... He makes a couple choices that she's not really enthused with being lumped into. And so, I feel like that's just like...
I see. I guess we finally see how Fenris sees Quintus.
Oh, stop it! She likes him a lot too. That's just a part of him that's like
She wants to
difficult
beat him
for
up
her.
a little. What's wrong
She
with
just wants.
that?
She just wants to put him in. She just wants to put him in his place. Is all.
She just wants to rough him up and be like, "Hey, maybe don't make giant political statements in front of a huge crowd when we're trying to get someone elected, you dum dum." But again, I'm not good at politics, she says.
A likely story.
How dare you speak for us whenever I don't want to?
Heckin', Murkwire shows up. No, he sucks! Quintus, what are you doing?
You don't speak for me.
Well,
I
no,
also
it's just
think he
like
sucks,
we
but I
have
should
no
get to say
evidence. It was just like in the sense of Fenris was freaking out because she had kind of in her mind been like, "Oh, we can't say anything about Murkwire because we literally have none of the evidence." Since
Oh, I do
Raleigh,
agree completely.
Raleigh sent half of the fucking sword to his patron, and so we don't even have the sword. And so, like, when Quintus did that, it was like a moment of like, "What are you doing?"
I do agree entirely that Quintus messed up there because I love playing flawed characters, and just the fact that I did
No,
not
absolutely.
want Quintus to hold back that, he just fucking yelled in front of the entire, like, freaking place, like, no!
I love those moments for Quintus. Like, even him, like, being mid-drown
He's a
terrorist
lot more
attack.
of an he's a lot more of an angy boy than I expected him to be, when it comes to certain things. And yet he's also one of those people who's like, fuck, I almost was beheaded yesterday. That's weird. In front of a crowd.
she would really enjoy throwing hands with Quintus.
That's fair. That sounds like a fun time.
I can't wait to beat you up.
That's just a loaded. Oh, honey, you think you're slow now? Wait until I cast it.
Oh,
That'd be a good time.
Next question, dear Fenris. What'd you think of the High Lord and his daughter sponsoring you?
So much pressure! I mean, Fenris is really honored because she was hoping originally to be sponsored by Edragan because he's an elf, she's an elf, he wants rights for the people, she really wants rights for the people. But in the way that the High Lord and his daughter are sponsoring her, it's very much like you're the change we want to see in the city. And she feels really honored by that, and like it's a lot of pressure, but she really wants to like do really well for them.
Gotta beat up Vogan.
It's true.
Gotta beat him up.
I have to tell you, like, Spencer realizing that my armor's lightning resistance meant that he was gonna have issues was priceless, because we were like listing all of the effects that the armor had, and he was like, "Whoa, that's awesome! Wait, fuck!" And it was like so good, because he was being so supportive. Heck, and that's just gonna, because the armor specifically was given to her to beat up Murkwire, because Murkwire also has lightning stuff.
Because of
like-
the thingy, right?
I'm
The,
a little concerned.
Core thingy.
Murkwire is sus as shit right now because he's been revivified. He looks freaking weird. I feel like he's got something up his sleeve that we don't know yet.
Well, we can basically assume that he has the heart of the creature, the Idolos we fought, and that's probably what's giving him any lightning powers that he has.
Yeah. The thing up his sleeve is surprise thunder damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never expect that.
I'm scared. I just think it's funny because I'm like, watch you give me this armor and I never fight Murkwire, and I use it to kick Vogan's ass.
I'm just
so
worried that
cute.
the next. I'm just
Now
worried that the
use it
next
for
round of the
personal
tournament.
reasons.
I'm just worried the next round of the tournament's gonna be like all of us fighting the ones we wanted to fight ourselves, but like different. So like
Yeah.
I fight fucking Keen.
Oh, no.
Like I don't know. See, like I fight Keen, you fight like Blister,
Or
and
Lady.
like Vogan fights Lady. No, or no, yeah,
He
like
really
Vogan
wants
fights
to fight
Lady and
Lady.
you fight Blister, and then like none of us fight Murkwire, and we're all just gonna be like. "Ah!"
I think that that's gonna be towards the end that we fight Murkwire. I feel like. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know.
I'm scared. But I'm really happy that I'm so shook that the High Lord and his daughter are sponsoring Fen. I'm proud of her. Look at her go.
She's doing
If
it.
that was the way, who would Murkwire fight again? I'm missing somebody. Tantia! Murkwire fight Tantia!
Oh no.
If that's the case.
Oh no.
She'll be fine.
That's fine. There couldn't possibly be any death flags for that.
I totally am not Yokoing her. That's not something that happens with me, ever.
I believe it. Next question.
I'm glad you do.
Dear Quintus,
That's
any
me.
regrets giving that sick-ass hammer to Fenris? Is there any circumstance that you asked for it back, such as perhaps if he had to fight her in pitched combat with the hammer that he gave her?
I've been waiting for this question.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
oh my god, I've been waiting so long for this question. So, it was said during the game, but Bread did not make any sort of like she didn't like bring it up, so I don't know if she heard what I said or like at least thought about what I said as Quintus. And I've been waiting to
Recently?
throw this out for a long time. What's up?
Recently? Or like...
No, whenever you got the hammer.
Oh, God.
Whenever
Okay.
whenever you got the Warhammer, Quintus said something, and you like gave him hugs and stuff. That was great, but like you never really.
What did he
I don't
say?
know if you just didn't think
maybe-
about it or if
I
you
was
didn't.
having a stroke. What did he say?
He considers Fenris the champion of Valorbilt.
Ah! I did hear that.
He considers Fenris the champion of his family. That's why he was fine
Ah!
giving the Warhammer to her.
Ah! Ah! My eyes!
Which is also why he's fine walking around in his noble garb, because he's like, yeah, everybody else can be in their armor. I'm gonna be a nobleman soon. I achieved my goal, and one day I'm gonna have to take over my rightful place, and I'm more than just a knight. And I have and there's this champion who's going and doing things in the name of all that's good, and she has the treasure of the Valorbilts with her, and
That's fine.
you never said anything to it. You just hugged him, and I thought it was hilarious.
That's a lot to unpack, especially for Fenris. We would need to sit down, and that wasn't the time.
I have
for it.
been waiting to drop this at you because I knew you didn't remember.
I vaguely do. I might have underreacted at the time.
But yeah, he basically, in order for him to give up that heirloom of his family, he's like, I need to give this to somebody who's worthy. and that means you are worthy to be the champion of my family.
Wait. Also, my god gave me your hammer, first of all. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you gave it back, and then I gave it
Double
to you.
Double entitlement.
You're just because your god's a fucking thief doesn't mean that, you know.
Oh! Say that to her face, you bitch.
I don't have a death wish, but I will definitely say it behind her back.
Alright, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, by the
So-
way, Chase, her
Yeah.
god stole my family's hammer.
That is not accurate. She took
That's
it away from
Stole
the
it.
bad guy.
Stole
She
it
took
from
it away
me.
from the bad guy.
Stole it and gave it to Fenris like it's
From the-
hers to give.
That seems very inconsiderate to me.
Mm-hmm. But it's fine, because Fenris gave it back, and then Quintus gave it back to her.
Unwillingly.
Uh-huh.
That was a struggle moment.
I
So-
already, like, I had planned on it from, like, the beginning as well. Like, I was gonna, like, really hard, like, try to get that hammer back from her, and then immediately give it back to her. Like, that was the plan the entire time.
Aw.
Because he's like, this is something that means a lot more to you than it does to me. Because I just wanted it so I could do the task that I was told to go do. You need it because your god gave it to you, and I understand that.
And didn't steal
So
it from you.
he's
I'm
not
glad
at
we're on
all
the same
going to
page.
regret. He's not at all going to regret if she uses the treasure of your family to beat the shit out of you.
Nope. Actually, he would think that would be fine.
All right.
He would
Hell
consider
yeah.
it an honor.
Oh.
Which is why it's so weird that Brett has all these antagonistic feelings toward me.
Oh, stop. Listen here. You know there's a lot in that. It's not really antagonistic.
Sounds antagonistic to me.
Gotta kick him down a notch and take him down a peg. As the
Yeah, that sounds
champion of
pretty
his family, you gotta
antagonistic.
beat him up a little.
Just, it's complicated. It's Spanish. She's got complex feelings
Even in
about that
Chat
boy.
19, even in Chat 19, I believe you.
It's true.
Oh. Next question is also for Quintus.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dear Quinn, with the knowledge gained from last session, are you worried about the Crystal Queen, who has a very long series of titles, coming to the land away? And are you worried about your uncle if she does invade?
Basically, Quinn kind of knew that was going to be a risk whenever he did it. For your sake, Chase, and for the sake of people who might not know. Back whenever they went to the Crystal Queen's party, or the Crystal Queen's place to save Raleigh, Izzy's last character, basically, in order to find him and get information, Lexi and Fenris went into the actual party posing as
Lexi and
his
Quintus. Sorry, helping you. You said
What?
Fenris.
Oh, did I? My bad.
Yeah.
Lexi and
It's okay.
Quintus went into the party and posed as Quintus's father and another noble from the land away, because he knew that people would know those names and that it would be something that he could say without people immediately turning and murdering them. And Quintus knows that it was to save a friend, and in his mind, I don't know if this is the case, Logan can tell me later on, but in his mind, he felt that his uncle would understand that it was to save somebody close to him. At least, again, that's what Quintus thinks. It's probably not what his uncle would say, but he thinks that they would understand. And which is why whenever he sent message to them, he did mention that certain things about that. However, now he is definitely going to redouble his efforts and probably send more word to him, because with Agravain telling him that that's the case, that means it's no longer a theory. It is an eventuality.
Mm-hmm.
So he is
also
definitely
told-
going to be sending more word to his uncle about this.
He also
very, very
told his uncle that Fenris and Miriam were a thing.
Ain't I a stinker?
And you wonder why Fenris wants to kick your ass.
You don't
Lovingly. I know.
Are you gonna update him on the Fenris situation?
Oh yeah, now she likes girls. You just see
That
Unk
would marry him.
reading that. You
Yep.
just see Unk reading that. He's like, makes sense.
That tracks.
Poor Unk. He has to keep up on so many of the goings on.
Yeah,
He has to
girls.
be kept
That's true.
abreast of the information.
Oh.
Women.
Oh. Got him.
All girls. Some
Every
girls.
girl. Every girls.
We have a lot more in common than I thought,
Especially.
Unk. She likes girls, just like me and Kitty.
Yes,
Like
she does.
every girl, including the Crystal Queen.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
She definitely wants to bone Raleigh's mom.
Yes. Everyone's favorite character, the most beautiful despot in the Spikelands, the most wonderful warlord, best queen to be tortured by Crystal Queen. Satsu, marry me now, please. Crystal Queen, may all bow before her beloved tyrant, white dragon, warlord, Crystal Queen, most worthy vampire queen, in the shadows dominatrix, prison mirror on the wall, fairest of them all, Crystal Queen. That's all.
Hot.
Yes, that's her.
Yes. She likes her. That's good.
Yep, for sure. Fenris.
But yeah, he will be sending
About
word more to his uncle soon.
Good. Got it.
He planned on keeping him updated over the tournament anyway. But now that he has been told that by Agravain, that's probably what he's gonna do literally the next day before the tournament starts.
You just gotta get a sending stone at this point. Just give it to Uncle.
They're so hard to get, Chase. You can't get sending stones where we are because the only magic store is in the fucking district we're not even allowed to shop in yet. Which is why we need to finish. We need to complete and win the tournament or get top
Brad
three.
keeps forgetting about
Top
the black
three.
market.
Yes. Naturally.
Well,
Also,
I'm
you
playing
can
a
get
cleric.
sending stones in other locations than this one city you're in, hypothetically.
But
Well, yeah, we
magic's
can't really
really
leave the
not
city right now.
liked.
That's fair.
That's the thing is, Chase.
Mhm.
Magic in general is kind of frowned upon.
Yeah.
And so sending stones and magic items like that are really freaking rare.
I get that. But at
I
the
don't
rate
know.
that you're communicating with Unk and how far away this is,
Yes.
you might want to spare some messengers.
Luckily enough, they have actually a really good way to get messages to him because of the evil organization that's helping them. And by evil, we mean somewhat mafia-like.
That doesn't
but,
sound ominous at all.
It's fine.
No, they're fine.
And
fine.
I don't want to go over everything he talked about secretly to her because Bread's here. But there is enough reason to have more communication than what the party understands of right at the moment. So don't worry about it. It's fine.
What happened?
I went on a date with one of the leaders of the family. It was great.
Proud
Yeah.
of you. Next
He
question.
says date, she says hostage.
Ridiculous. Speaking of dating,
Oh no.
next question is again for Quintus.
Oh
Yay!
shit!
Dear
Yay,
Quintus,
dating questions for Quinn.
say you do find a wife. Do you think
It'll
you'd
happen.
have any trouble convincing them to go all the way to the land away? Please go into detail as to how you plan to convince them to move as far away as they possibly can from everyone they love.
I have a lot of money and an estate.
Bring
And
him.
you think this will definitely work?
I am a very powerful, noble family who is in charge of
You
a
alone.
large.
Just.
I
Quintus.
am. I am. Like
No,
it's
you
me
are
and
the
Unk.
family.
It's just me and Unk. We're the only ones left.
That's why you need to make more.
That's what that is. That's why I need to
Get
make
on the
more.
ground floor of this powerful noble family.
Oh my god.
Basically, Quintus is able to take the reins of like a part of the council of the Lions Council, which is the group of people who like basically own the land away, which means he is basically like 1/8 the owner of an entire country. And like, hey, if this right here just says how do we plan to tell them to move away, this is already after the courting process, I'm assuming. So they already like me, which
Probably.
what isn't there to like?
Probably, right? Exactly.
What isn't there to like? Am I right? I'm just saying.
Very likable.
So at that point, very powerful noble, very rich. It's actually not as far away as you think. It is literally just days away.
I know it's called the land away.
Just bring here easy pitch to fix that. Just take their entire family and all of their loved ones and move
That's
them
true.
in.
I'll take them with.
That's
We can
what I
take
was-
them with us.
You got
That's what I
room.
was
sounds
saying.
like.
That's
Not
what
to
I was
mention,
saying, man.
I have it on good authority that my best friend will soon take teleport as a spell. So.
I missed part of that. Your best friend. What was that after that?
Oh, sorry. I didn't say it correctly. My bad. The man who melts ice, the women want, the men want him. The Rolex with the diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, on the wheeling and dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, marry him.
Yes.
I have a feeling he is leaning towards taking teleport at some point. So
That's gonna be fun.
That would fix things. That would absolutely fix things.
I don't know if that's what he's locked in, but I know that's something he's thinking about whenever he
You're
gets to that
hoping
level of
it.
spells.
You're hoping.
That'd be pretty convenient.
So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. The whole problem is the whole wooing them thing. Because so far, none of the ladies like me. Even
Why
though
not?
out of character, all of the ladies like me.
That's true. That's fair.
Out of character, Bread and freaking we got Hayden, we got freaking
It's
Carrie.
true.
They're all like, oh, Quintus is so cool and great and awesome. In character, bleh.
Yeah.
We can't hug you. You're not huggable. We want to hug Tantia and Miriam. Because they have things you don't have, such as boobs and horns. And I'm like, fair.
That's the, you know?
But I have lots of muscles and hearts on my boxes.
I mean, I'm just saying, if boobs and horns are what they're looking for, then look no further than the apex predator herself, Fenris.
Exactly.
Oh, true. Why
There's
doesn't
so much
everyone
competition
just date
around
Fenris?
There's so much competition around for wife. And Fenris has already told.
Material.
Here's the thing: if Fenris hadn't already told Quinn no, like she would still be in the running for wife.
She told him no?
Well, whenever the very beginning of the game, it's just like, by the way, I'm looking for a wife, and everybody's like, nah.
That's fair. I mean, she still would say no.
I'm just
What's
thinking
the
about
update
like
on that?
in retrospect, how would Quintus have reacted if immediately one of the other player characters was like, sure. Like,
I'm sorry,
let's
you
go
want
get
what?
That is one task done.
married. Okay. I was laughing at the idea that that's just how to get two player characters completely removed from the game session 1.
No, it
It's like,
wouldn't have
cool,
removed
getting
them.
married, I
'cause
gotta go back home now.
He still had to find the hammer.
That's totally fair.
And now he has to save the world. So like, there are priorities.
I mean, that
Quintus?
seems like a very small priority.
I only said no because I didn't have ceremony yet. Gosh.
Ah, of course.
I'm kidding.
How dare you?
Oh.
It's definitely
I
not.
love
It's
it.
definitely not because you're head over heels for Tantia.
What? head over heels. That's
Speaking of
An exact-
Tantia,
that's totally fair. She is.
next question is for Fenris.
Oh god.
So Fenris, that Aviana though, you afraid of Miss Steal Your Girl?
Fenris doesn't know yet because no one will tell her. I literally Chase. Everyone, I've been giving open-ended statements so that someone could be like, "Yo, Fen, you know, Aviana and Tantia were like, but like everyone's like, huh? What? Sorry. Fenris actually really likes Aviana right now. She thinks she's real cool, and so I think she has absolutely no idea. But if she did, I don't think she would. I'm gonna be real. She probably would not be intimidated. She definitely recognizes that Aviana is extremely attractive, which is why she would think it's fair.
Yes, she is.
Like, if her feelings probably would be hurt if Tantia was like, actually, no, I'm gonna go run off with Aviana later. But at the same time, Fenris would be like, that's fair. Cool.
I don't know what was happening last game though. Whenever Tantia and Aviana saw each other first time again, Tantia was talking a lot of stuff, and I was sitting there like, what's going on here? Is there?
Man.
Oh, what's happening?
I think it's gonna be an interesting triangular situation if Fenris finds out. I mean,
All right. Here's the game plan. When you
can one of the questions be Logan? Because That's that. I'm kidding.
When you sense that Aviana and Tantia are like right about to turn, then you go hard into romancing Aviana and just like absolutely swerve the whole situation. Nobody sees it.
Oh, Chase. You think that wasn't day one thoughts?
Chase,
Freaking-
I just have to say something, all right? I've already shook Avi's hand.
I gave
So
her
it's very
flowers last
serious.
game. Not to brag, I did give her a flower last game, and I
Mhm.
successfully flustered her. Which, as you know, I'm not really the queen of flustering anybody. I'm
Mhm.
usually the flustery. So
Mhm.
to be on the other end of that was very satisfying, and I plan to harass more in the future.
I went with her to get a fancy open back red dress.
And was she
Or
wearing it for
Quintus.
you? Oh wait, no! I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I will fight you at dawn.
You're right. I should give up on Avi and go for Lexi.
The wifening begins.
So far, only one of you have said no. I still have 2 party members to go after.
Next question is for both of you.
Hey.
Dear Fendog and Quintown,
Hey.
who do you think would win a good old-fashioned grappling match between Tantia and Vogan?
Tantia? Sorry, there was
Vogan's
no hesitation
already
in that.
Vogan's
Tantia.
already kinda kicked her ass a bit though.
But in
Like,
grappling? Like a
Yeah, I
wrestling match?
think she's basically built to grapple.
That's true, and she does damage when she grapples.
Mm-hmm.
I think
If it's just
that's good
grappling,
coordinate.
definitely Tantia. But like whenever they were fighting before, and I know there was like more people involved, but like she was having a hard time hitting Vogan, and Vogan took her down like at one point. So Vogan is not completely out of the order out of there when it comes to a fight, but like
But
when
this
it comes
is
to
a
grappling,
question of
it's
grappling.
probably Tantia hands down.
Yeah,
She,
believe
she
in
got
her.
a lot of proficiency with the grappling, sounds like.
It's true. I don't remember the name of the class. She's a type of fighter, but the subclass is something that Logan made, and she's got a lot of really cool abilities within.
Basically, when you
grappling.
grapple, you do like a D4 of damage or something, which is pretty cool.
That's fair. She's like the deadliest hugging machine in the world.
Yeah.
She'll annihilate you on the hugging battlefield. I like it. It's cool.
Tantia's
Next
fun.
question is for Quintus. Dear Quintus, you come across as very outwardly boisterous and excitable. However, there have been occasions where there seems to be a little more unrest going on beneath the surface. Is there more to Quinn than he's letting on?
Ooh.
I mean, we've answered a similar thing on the first Chat19. That happened before this one, which never happened because this is the first one.
Yes, every time's the first time.
Yes, of course. Quintus really doesn't like. He has a lot of. I will say the openly boisterous nature of him is not an act. Like he's definitely very openly boisterous. But I think the act that like something beneath the surface is more that he tries not to let on that he has any sort of like bad thoughts underneath. Like I mentioned before, and Brad, you weren't here. I'm not sure if you watched those.
I have not, because I like keeping myself in the dark.
But Quintus feels he is responsible for his father's death, and so he doesn't really have a lot of confidence in his own ability to think rationally or make good decisions, because he felt like the last time he did that, his dad died. So, like I mentioned earlier, Quintus has a lot more kind of anger in him than I expected him to have, especially whenever Murkwire showed up. The way I play my characters is I just kind of let them go and let them change and move on their own. Him being as angry as he is and as attached to the party as he is, I expected the attachment. I didn't expect how far the attachment went. And again, that's a scary prospect, but it's also scary because, again, last time we talked about Lady, and it's like, oh, it's really scary how this one scary prospect that he has for the party could potentially be upturned by this random lady. So there's a lot of stuff going on under Quintus. I feel like
It's a complex boy.
He's more complex than meets the eye.
As complex as he is loud.
Yeah.
Oh, good boy.
Equal loud in complexity.
Yes. Next question is for both of you. Dear Fenris and Quintus. Top 3 Who's the Dragon suspects excluding High Lord Morian. Go.
Fuck!
The only one you cannot pick. Top 3.
Fuck!
The
His
lady,
daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, yeah,
And
that's
his
alright.
daughter.
Strong
I mean,
pick.
like, this wasn't like a really serious thought that flashed through my mind, but I was thinking about this when she took me out to the balcony to tell me about, like, hey, we've picked you as our sponsor. But I was like, if she turns into a dragon and just eats Fenris, because we were joking about, like, we were joking, like, well, Fenris is dead. It's like, yeah, by the way, I'm a dragon.
I would say top like suspicion for me is that it's nobody that we've seen before. Like that's my actual like everybody's memeing. Everybody's memeing that it's the High Lord or that it's the daughter. I don't think Logan is that predictable when it comes to things. Although his unpredictability could be the fact that I don't think he's predictable.
Ooh.
I don't think it's anyone we met. I think it might be someone connected there, definitely. But my actual number one thoughts, and I'm gonna definitely like butcher her name because I haven't talked to her that much. My actual thought is it Linda or
Vindy?
Vindy, yeah. I think it might be her. She's one of the other lords of the place. She's very old and very secretive. She goes away for long periods of time. She's my actual top suspect. So my top three are no one we've met before, Vindy, and his daughter. If we can't choose him.
Okay. Fair.
Jeez. The lady, I don't know. I think it'd be cool for the lady to be a dragon, and also Quintus to like, I don't know. That'd be great. His daughter, and I'm gonna say someone we haven't met.
Murkwire.
He is a dragon. That is true.
He just faked being dead. He wasn't even revivified. He just like faked it really well.
Oh no, you got me, you guys. Bleh.
Oh, you hit me with your sword enough, and I fall down now. Owie. Surprise! Next question is for Quintus. Dear Quintus, have you ever thought about just adopting an heir instead?
You see, they need to have the family blood.
Or just put it in there or something. I don't know.
Just put it in. Quintus has been told to seek a wife and have an heir. I don't think he's smart enough to think about anything else. It's legit just like I've actually joked around somewhat seriously that Quintus would probably be not very picky about who he went out with if it wasn't for the fact that his uncle told him to get an heir. Because like there was always we talked about it last time whenever me and Izzy were here, but like there was always that thing of, you know, maybe we could smooch. But Quintus was told to get an heir, and for that he needs a wife. And it has probably not really crossed his mind that an adopted heir would work, because otherwise, you know, Unkunk probably would have done it. But Quintus at least is hoping to get something, even if it's just political. Honestly, Quintus just needs to get a wife, get an heir, and he will make sure that they are taken care of as well as they possibly can. and it's basically it. He would love to find someone who he could love and who would love him back, but his uncle said to find an heir, and that does not mean that love has to be involved.
Fair enough. Speaking of that whole process, somewhat of a follow-up question, because I don't know if I've actually asked directly. Has Quintus ever had a boy/girlfriend before? Has Quintus ever had a romantic partner in the past?
He definitely has had physical altercations with people. Because me and Kitty joke about it a lot. Where this they're kind of the frat boys, So he's definitely had the intercourse with people. However, I'd like to think he probably hasn't had somebody actually that he has loved as much as Kitty. Kitty is definitely somebody extremely special to him. Especially in the latest episodes. There was one of the episodes where Hayden came in. Kitty died, and he was very much distraught, as he is every time Kitty dies. But I think that Kitty is the closest he's ever had to having any sort of actual loving partner, and he probably has not had a girlfriend or a boyfriend.
Oh, he's like Jolene. Oh, my word. Someone needs to get these nobles out and take them on dates so they're not awkward as shit when they're adults. For the love of God, oh my word.
There's a lot riding on that date, going in a way that doesn't involve political punishment. So I get it. It's intimidating to date a noble. Next question's for both of you. We're going to play a little game, which has been altered slightly for the purposes of Chat19 and Quintus specifically. Dear Quintus and Fenris, fuck, kill, wife. Murkwire the Crystal Queen, the Bat King.
Oh my god. Can I go first?
Fuck the Crystal Queen, marry the Bat King, kill Murkwire.
Damn it, that's my answer too!
Yes! I did it!
Bat King is completely
Bat King is wife. Bat King is wife.
Quintessential, literally quintessential.
Mm-hmm. Quintessential.
Although, again, if I were to have to be in Quintus, right, in Quintus' mind, the only one that can give him air is the Crystal Queen.
That's true. I mean, fucking take product of? No, that's terrible. Jesus.
Raleigh, I'm gonna go do your mom.
Doing your mom. Doing your mom. Ew.
Raleigh, I'm your dad.
Hey, Raleigh, I know you like... Hey, Raleigh,
we still don't even know. We still don't 100% know she is, but it's just
I
funny.
know, but I just imagine Quintus being like, hey, I know you thought I was hot and stuff. How do you feel about me and your mom?
But yeah, there's no possibility that Murkwire is not kill.
Yeah.
I would love a fake out on that though, of look, I know that you thought I was attractive. How would you feel about me being a part of your family? And then just flip it and great, I'll be your dad. Be right back.
I'm gonna go do your mom. If Logan ever makes me care about Murkwire, I don't know what's I don't know. I have to give him something. There is no bone in my or Quintus's body that would not want to murder Murkwire. The only way, again, we talked about this before, is if literally they had to work together to go against somebody stronger. And, that anime moment,
Of course.
At which point, directly after, they would probably part ways honorably, because he's not gonna then immediately murder Murkwire. That's not honorable. But he will the next time see him. You're going down, boy. Again, that anime moment.
Meet me outside of school, nerd.
Could you tell me who the Bat King is, and if it's a more advanced version of Batman?
So the Bat King was a character that showed up in the Crystal Queen's palace. He literally just is a guy who turns into a bat.
He is the king of bats.
And he calls himself the Bat King, and we love him.
Okay.
He turns out he's just a druid.
That
We love him
sounds
to
like
death,
a
you
real
see.
good time.
He
I
helped
get
us
why
out
everyone
with a
wants to
puzzle.
wife the Bat King.
He's also a Fey Lord, Logan includes, which, I mean, who doesn't love the Fey? The
We
Fae
do
would
love
never
him,
do
he's great.
anything.
He did help us with a puzzle as well, so that's
It's
good.
true.
That's nice.
And if you help us with a puzzle, that's automatic wife material.
Yes, that's basically a proposal right
I was
there.
gonna... Never mind. I'll wait until I'm not in a Chat19 to ask that question for you.
I wonder if the Crystal Queen got a new bed, because if we're gonna do fuck, marry, kill, then that bed's gonna be broken again.
Hopefully it's not by the same Shadow Fae.
It's just like she's in the area that she's in, beds are actually super, super rare. So she's gotta deal with the fact that her bed is broken. There's no
You know what the worst
replacement.
thing is, too? Like, she's probably a much bigger threat to Quintus's honor than Murkwire ever is or ever will be. But I still want to kill Murkwire.
I still to this day am shocked that I didn't think maybe that's the Crystal Queen's bed. When that happened, I didn't consider that until like a session later. Just a fun fact. And then I was like, oh, the Crystal Queen's bed. The Crystal Queen's bed! Oh no! Fenris!
Oh, Fenris.
So bad.
What
Stupid.
a time.
Stupid. That was a bread mistake.
Speaking of Fenris and
Oh,
personal growth,
Oh,
dear Fenris,
Did you get
Fenris
it?
has grown so much since we first got introduced to her. What has helped her confidence, and how does she feel going into the next round of the tournament?
oh my gosh. Well, heckin', I think being around people that are similar to her has really, like, gotten her out of her shell.
Yeah.
In the sense of, like, well, we got a lot of weirdos. You know, we've got a tiefling, we had a dampire, we have a Kitsadria, we have a bird now.
A bird. Okay.
We have a Quintus. Like, our group
One of
really
them
puts an
Quinti.
emphasis on... Because, like, for Fenris, like, up until when she got to the temple, after that, I don't think she's ever seen another Shadow Fae, and that makes her so uncomfortable. And so to find people that are, like, pretty much what she would consider family at this point, them rooting for her has really helped her. And now being chosen as, like, a symbol of the change that they want to see in the city, going into the next round, she feels like she really has to do well. Like, the pressure is on, but thanks to, like, her god straight up coming down and helping them beat up Murkwire, her being able to accomplish things, her defeating Murkwire the first time, like, Fenris has a lot more trust in her own abilities now. So it's pretty cool.
That's really heckin' cool. She's grown
Yeah.
so much.
I know, man. Like, first session in, I was like, I don't know how much talking I'm gonna do. I might not talk this whole session.
Yeah.
And, like, half of my role play was like, Fenris studies the grain in the table. Because she's not looking at any of you in the eye.
Oh, I've been
And now
there
it's-
with some of
Now
my
I would
characters.
say...
I've
Now I
been
could
there.
say she could hold eye contact with Quinn for maybe 3 seconds.
That's a lot.
I am really bright.
That's it. Yep. I think
That's-
he's just the person that, like, unsettles her the most as a person.
Yeah.
He keeps her guessing, because, like, he's the only person she can't get a read on in the group. Like, you know how Vogan with Aviana's like, I don't get you. That's Fenris with Quintus. Because, like, things that make sense to her don't make sense to him. And, like, he comes from a part of lifestyle that she will never know. And also is
Unless she
human.
accepts the wife proposition.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's happening, unfortunately.
I think you're using the term never a little bit.
Okay.
Where's this never
That sh-
coming from?
that she
Yeah.
possibly might not ever get to experience unless specific circumstances involving getting married to Quintus.
Oh, so it's on the table.
Ah! I never win with you.
Well. Move over, Tantia.
I mean, I'm just saying, you and Tantia stage a coup in the land away, and then you take over the kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Yo,
and
that,
then
if
you'll know
she's
the
down
noble
for
lifestyle.
that,
Yeah, it's easy enough.
lesbians run the world anyway.
Yeah.
But heckin',
That's
my
a
word.
fact.
He's just a person she can't get a read on, and so he makes her the most nervous, and I think, yeah. I don't
That's
know.
good.
I can't put their relationship into words too much.
Hmm.
It's complicated. It's probably the most
Fenris is
complicated
just
of them.
complicated.
I think I can put their relationship into pretty good words.
Alright. I'm sitting back now. I'm ready to scream.
He thinks you're a great friend and a good person. And you're his champion of Valor Bill.
I mean, she thinks he's a really good person. He's just so young to her. Because keep in mind, she is an elf. She is 173 years old, and Quintus is 36. Am I right?
No, he's actually in his 20s.
Oh, he's in his. That's even younger. But like, he's this little
we
bad
aged him down before the game started because we wanted to be around the
Mm.
same age as Miriam.
Mm-hmm. But heckin', he's this young person who has all of this political power and also has a tendency to blurt things out and like be like really righteous. And on one side, sorry, this is not the question that I was asked at all, but
Continue.
I guess we're talking about this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
On one side of the coin, he makes her really nervous, and he upsets her when he makes these bold accusations, or he tries to invite Drow back home when they're in the middle of like a full-on terrorist attack or whatever. But on the other side of the coin, there's a big part of Fenris that's like, where the fuck were people like you when my people were being hunted down? What the fuck? Like, there's a part of her that's really frustrated that there weren't as many people like Quintus around. Because if there were, probably her people would not have disappeared so easily.
That's cool.
And totally wouldn't be overlooked that all of her people have been kidnapped to another plane of existence. It's fine.
That's fair. Speaking of Fenris's situation in history and elven history, dear Fenris, now that probably all of Elmira's history has been revealed, how does Fenris feel? Though she has not personally found out, what are her opinions on such an infamous character in elvish history?
So I guess I'm gonna approach this from the standpoint of like, if Fenris knew.
Mm-hmm.
I
Because
feel
I know,
like there.
as this question states, you have not found out.
Yeah, no one tells me anything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's smart. It's kind of fair that they haven't told Fenris this because it is something so impactful to like everything she's gone through. Because basically everything was Elmira's fault. I don't know. I feel like Fenris probably for a while could not be in the same room as Elmira. Like, it would be hard to look at her and be like, ah, yes, you're the person who caused all this strife. But in the same sense as, like, Vogan being a... While this was, like, Elmira did this, it's been years since then. It's been a long time since this all happened, and clearly Elmira is trying to make amends. In a way, like, Fenris really appreciates what Elmira has done for Vogan, and, you know, Fenris thinks Vogan's pretty awesome, and so, like, she thanks Elmira for that, but at the same time, just would be something really hard for her to get over. Like, she would probably have to sit down and have a conversation with her, like, I mean, I'm sure you know, but as a person who went through all of this is what happened because of you. And I need to tell you this, and then I'm gonna be fine, but until, like, I can't look at you without telling you.
Can you tell me what happened? Because I don't know.
Heckin', like the whole like the Accords and like everyone needing to get registered, and then Fenris's parents ran off and didn't register themselves and Fenris, and so she was hunted down, and she had to run for a really long amount of time, and she probably watched a bunch of her kin be hunted down, killed, taken away, like just a lot of.
So Elmira did all that?
Elmira was, oh god, I don't remember this fully because this was like info dump. Like Elmira was like, by the way, Vogan, and told him everything. Basically, I think Elmira was the one who was like, yeah, we need to, oh, I feel so bad that I don't know this. Basically she was supposed to be there, and then she wasn't. I don't, Logan's typing, I'm hoping he bails me out. Help, can I phone a friend? Logan! This is why I'm not allowed on
You
919!
cannot phone a
Betrayal!
friend. You are alone.
Oh,
You are alone. You are forbidden.
wait. Friend Blue, friend Cody,
What's up, man?
do you remember?
Why is she
what
such
is
a
it I should
terrible
be-
figure in my people's history? I forgot.
No,
What?
like, what was Elmira's hand in everything that happened? I just don't
wasn't-
want to say the wrong thing.
I believe, wasn't she and her family kind of the ones who, like, were in charge of Summergrass or something at one point?
I think so. I think they helped build Summergrass, but then it was like,
This
it
is
was
a
like
Vogan question,
it
man.
was a-
Every time Elmira shows up, Vogan goes out of his way not to have any of us around.
yeah, heckin'. I think it was mostly like they were pushing for the conflict to start, and then in the middle of the battle, Elmira basically ditched and ran away.
I don't remember. I honestly don't. I'm
Logan's going
I'm not
off
messing with you. I don't remember.
Hi, I'm breaking the rules for the first time since we started doing this, because this is taking a bit. So to summarize, Elmira's family was responsible for the initial conflicts that led to the war that began because she hated humans and the industrial people for what they did specifically to her father. So she thwarted various peace attempts over hundreds of years of a war. And then when she eventually realized what effect was happening because of her and the way things were going, and there was a large attack on her and her government, she decided to fake her own death and bail because she didn't want to deal with the responsibility of what she had done. And she let her people believe she was dead. She was basically the queen of the elves, like back where she came from. And she was motivated by hatred, and she heckin' was like, yo, what up? I think that we should never forgive them, and we should kill them all. And then there was an attack on her, and a bunch of people messed up. She's like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm gonna go collect the Dragon Balls, and I'm gonna fix the world with magic, but also I'm gonna let my people think I'm dead. Oh no, they loved me so much that now my people have sworn a blood war against the entire continent? I can't go tell them not to! Okay, goodbye. Oh, they're persecuting all the elves because... oh, alright, neat. Well, I'll just be off in the desert. Okay, I'm going back on mute. I'm sorry I broke this. This is like
It's
one
okay,
of the few
no
things.
thank you.
This was murdering me.
I didn't want to mess it up.
Logan.
Goodbye!
Logan,
What?
before
What's
you
up?
go, question for Logan. How
Okay.
are you? You having a good day?
I'm having a good day. I'm having fun listening to you guys.
Yay.
Thank you. All right, now you can say.
Sorry, I don't
okay.
know the lore.
No,
I
that's okay.
suck.
But the long and short of it is
I'm a
Her-
problem.
she allowed her personal feelings to cause an intercontinental war, and she continued to push it forward, spoke out against any peace talks, and then when things finally got to the point that effectively genocide was on the table, rather than dealing with what she had done, she decided to disappear and is trying to turn her life around, is trying to be a better person and fix things because she realized what she did, but her hatred over some things that happened to her father has basically put the world in a permanent state of war that it's been dealing with for hundreds of years.
Yes.
And she has taken personal responsibility but she has shied away from taking political responsibility and has avoided ever owning up to it outside of her own actions regarding herself. All right. Goodbye.
Everything I said still stands. And
Can't believe he cheated and started talking.
no, oh my God, stop
What a
it,
nerd.
Dika. He saved me. Shh,
Breaking the
Cody, shh,
rules.
shh, shh.
Brad, you
No.
and Carrie, you're just always like, Logan's right here. Let me address him as though he's in the room with me.
Sorry. Heck. My prayers were answered just this once. I digress. Heckin'. With that being said, the fact that Elmira won't take political responsibility, especially with, like, Fenris's current position as, like, a political statement of, like, we want the times to change. Like, right now, I feel like Fenris is, like, taking that responsibility in wanting to turn everything around and end the war that's been going on. And is rising up to the plate to do it. And so I feel like that's how Fenris would feel about it. It'd be very complicated. I would need a minute.
So, speaking of very easy questions like that one, next question is for Fenris.
No!
Dear Fenris, how would you feel if amnesis was caused by the Pale Lady?
I've thought about this so goddamn much. I'd be horrified. Although, I just don't know. Because that doesn't really add up to me. Because the Pale Lady, from what I've seen, really seems to be, like, this purveyor of memories. Like, all of her interactions with Fenris, at least, have been her showing her own memories. And, like, just happening to be there. And so, why would a goddess of memories destroy them? And the fact that it's being used to feed a monster, or to feed something, or to... Because basically, all these memories that are being drained by the from the Shadow Fae in this separate plane are going somewhere and feeding something. And, like, Fenris had this dream where all this power was going into this gem, and there was, like, a person suspended in it. I don't think that's the Pale Lady. I think, if anything, it might be, like, the direct, complete opposite to her. And maybe that's why she's, like, reaching out to Fenris, like, ah, shit! Ah, they're bringing this guy back! Help!
Fair. So you're saying what your thoughts are if it wasn't her, but what if it was her?
God, she'd be devastated! That's like... We were joking about, like, what if the Pale Lady was a patron, and that Fenris was secretly, like, a celestial warlock or something? And I feel like Fenris would just, like, have a little bit of an existential crisis, but if it was, like, amnesis was being caused by her, I think Fenris would have to cut all ties and, like, turn around and be like, I guess I'm back to only worshipping Tequin, and pull a David at herself.
Oof. And then she
the
beat
sense
you
of,
up
like-
because she's stronger than Tequin, according to you.
Right? She'd
So
beat
even
Tequin
Tequin
up
wouldn't
and,
take you
and
back
take
because
away
of
your
that.
cleric powers by beating up your deity.
I certainly wouldn't be a time cleric anymore. That is not a Tequin thing. That is a Pale Lady thing, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
interesting.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Fair. Okay, last question. And it is of dire import.
Last question.
The last question for this
Oh.
episode of Chat19.
Oh.
Dear Quintus and Fenris, assuming the sky's the limit, what activities or events would you want to get up to at that party?
Oh, neat. I think drinking.
Uh-huh.
Drinking sounds good.
Cool.
No, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm sad because when we first got to the party, Tantia was in the pool playing with children. And
Oh,
I
he's
thought
going to
was-
that pool.
Right? I want to get in there and fucking suplex someone. Like, I don't know. I just want to have so much fun at this party. I really want to see heckin' Quintus and the lady talking. And heckin'...
Yeah, like
I want to...
that's not really an event or something, but like
That's an event that
I would
made for
I would
me.
like to I would like to talk to Lady and talk to Vindy. Those are the two that I want to talk to the most, and mostly mingle. After that, like, you know, go and talk with whoever's there. He specifically wants to see Blister and Lyra if they're there.
Oh man, Fume! Oh my word, he's there.
And,
he's not gonna be at the
you know,
pool.
check them out, see what they're up to. And if anybody wants to hang out with them for the rest of the night, he'll do what they want to do, and like maybe do some spontaneous things.
Maybe you'll take Lyra up on that invitation to her bed.
Oh.
That's just me. I mean,
I don't remember an invitation, but I'll accept it.
wait, I swear to God, someone mentioned that to me. I don't know. I was talking to.
I don't
someone that
remember.
brought
Like,
that up.
honestly, it could just be something that slipped my mind.
She was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, she did.
Ayo.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
According to
Wow.
God.
No, are you
There's
just
a-
like
there's
not
a life
listening,
invitation.
Cody?
No, it's not that I'm not listening. It's just
I'm
we had
teasing.
almost a month off because of what happened.
I know. I'm teasing.
And the last thing that happened before that was my head almost got cut off.
That's true. She invited.
Oh,
you
I
to
know what you're
his.
talking. I know what he's talking about now. All right, I remember now. It was the whenever he was trying to get Lyra to come to the manor, and it's just like, hey, you know, he's got a pretty big bed. Could be
It's true.
So she
lots of room for
accepted
lots of
There
room
was
for
I-
a
activities.
Position on the table
Damn.
and he's trying to apply.
Heckin', I love the two different types of flirting styles, because like that was Quintus, and then one time Fenris was like, if you want you can sleep over. I don't like to taunt ya. Like, if you want you can sleep over. I don't really sleep, so you can borrow my bed.
Like literally,
Oh,
like it was
wow.
all Lyra though, because like she's the one that's like, you know, hey, you know, she again, like was said in the thing, she invited him to his bed.
I know.
So-
I know. Listen.
But
Lyra's
yes,
got game.
again, if there were to be wife points, let's bring up the chart.
We're consulting the
Oh
chart.
wow.
There's a chart
The
for
lady
wife
has
points.
a lot of points for you not talking to her much.
Look, lady has a ton of points. That's just because Quintus literally could not say no if she said to bed her. Like it
Interesting.
would not be able to say no. It's like,
Come
I
to
guess I
bed
have
with
to.
me.
I guess I have to.
Activate dongulation, Quintus.
But no, you see like directly under that, which we can't really count that. That's more of the honor boner. There's Lyra. Because, you know, Lyra's amazing, and I love her. And, you know, right there, underneath there's Blister, because Blister's amazing,
Not
and I love her.
Agravain? Yo, what?
No, Agravain terrifies him.
Oh my god, I shipped the shit out of that. That is my OTP.
He is definitely less scared of her now. But he did not think of her as wife. He thought of her as, I am indebted to
me.
you, and you're gonna
Exactly.
kill me.
I mean, that is wife when you marry.
But
Quintus should learn.
but yes, Agravain is not on the list. And there's like two. She has like two. We'll give her 2 wife points as a treat.
This is why none of my ships happen.
right under Blister, you might notice that there is a certain drow lady who tried to cut off my head.
That's just weird, Quintus. To therapy with you.
But that's
There is an
mostly
interesting
me, not
hierarchy.
Quintus. That's
That's
mostly
fair.
she got most of her points from Cody, you see.
I see.
To
Right under
therapy
there,
with you. Oh my
right
god.
right under there, we got Lexi.
Oh, true.
And
Okay.
directly under Lexi, we got an up and comer of Avi.
That's true.
And you know, there's around there, it just gets to people he's seen and met. But there is one person who is not quite Avi, but also not quite, you know, nothing. And that is of course our nice little bookworm elf lady, whom I do think Diane is very cute, and I do like that Quintus and her went on a date. I like it. Quintus doesn't, unfortunately. Quintus has his own agenda with Diane. So
Well, maybe their agendas can get agendaing.
They
Rare.
probably won't. She
Hot.
absolutely probably hates him.
It's true. I stand by my statement of he says date, she says held captive.
All I'm saying is, like, there's a lot of room for people to move up and down the wife list.
Oh yeah.
And the top 5, other than Lady, again, we can just push Lady over here on the honor boner list. The top 5, they're closer than you would think, but Lyra and Blister safely at the top. Almost neck and neck. Like, those two are fantastic. I love them as wife. I love them as characters. I love them as all of their abilities they have. I love them.
Okay. All I
They
will
are
say about
fantastic.
that is that the question was, if you could do anything at this party, what you would do.
Listen,
And
I think
both
it's
of
still
you
I think it's
wanted
still
to
I
drink
think it's still qualified.
and chill in the pool and like hang out a little and talk, you know. And I'm just saying, the sky is the limit. You could have the first annual Valor Built Wife-a-thon where all these eligible women compete
Yes!
and like just turn the party into that.
Everyone! It's
Speed
time for the
date.
first ever Valorant Wife-a-thon!
Like there's like
These-
an obstacle course and everything included.
I mean-
within
These
it.
8 lovely ladies will be fighting for my affection.
Whoever
you just see-
wins gets the ring, and
You just see
becomes Valor
you just
Built.
see Tantia in there, and it's just like, Tantia, what are you doing here? It's like, I heard there was a competition.
Oh.
She's literally only there 'cause I heard there was a competition, and
wanna
I have
prove
to
I'm the
win.
best. Yeah.
She wins, and Quintus is like, yes, and now you can be my wife. What? Ew.
No thanks.
No, she
If
would
we
get
got- Hard pass.
Quintus can read the room. She would get the consolation prize.
Aw.
I'm just imagining there's
Which the consolation prize is Fenris.
Ah, yay! Well,
There's
that's
a
another thing I want to
cleric
get up
with-
to at the party, but ...
There's just a cleric with ceremony like already cast as a held action. They're just like ready to like cast it on
Whoever
Ah!
wins the wife wars.
Yes, and just
That's
like
the only
boom,
reason Fenris is
immediately.
there.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Fenris, you're part of the wife-a-thon? No, I'm prepping celebration. Ceremony.
Oh.
Just sighing and like throwing holy water, like, ah, na, 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 na.
You just see Argo also there, and he's just like, what?
I
can
want to
do it.
win.
I want to win.
Oh yeah.
Iocane just representing, all right?
Exactly.
They
heard
just
that-
show it. They just showing what they are.
Argo's like, I heard that the Crystal Queen might be visiting the land away. I'm in.
Oh, 100%. Oh my God, Argo's gonna have. He has to come home with me, I think.
Oh, boy.
Hey! I'm into it.
I got a lot to talk to Argo about after talking to fucking Agravain.
And with
But yeah.
that, we will move on to the game with the highest stakes ever conceived.
Oh,
Bum,
jeez.
bum, bum.
Many of these questions were asked by your fellow players on Nat19.
Many?
I have a question.
Go ahead. Ask.
Were any of them Logan?
No.
Okay, good.
Ah.
All right, that actually takes away a couple questions for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were exclusively asked by players.
Good.
Ooh.
So,
Ah.
the rules for this one are very slightly different.
Oh.
Because there
Ooh.
are so many questions.
How dare you?
There
How dare
are-
you?
There are 9 questions of this that were asked by your fellow players on Nat19,
Ugh.
and you will each get 3 guesses.
Oh my
man.
God.
This
I
means
mean-
that even if you are fully successful at guessing each of your guesses correctly and getting a point of inspiration for each of you, there will still be people getting inspiration anyway.
That's not
despite your
fair!
best efforts.
No!
Two opposite
So
reactions.
this will indeed be an interesting game.
Can I use my inspiration that I gained to have them not have inspiration?
Oh my god.
That's perhaps something to take up with Logan. All I will say is that you will each get 3 guesses to guess who asked if a question was asked by your fellow players. Then subsequently, you can double down and try to guess who that question was asked by. In this way, you could each get upwards of 6 points of inspiration from your efforts.
What?
However,
We only get the...
however, you will not be able to guess them all, and therefore some people will be slipping through the cracks, even if
Okay,
you do your best.
okay.
Okay,
Blue?
bread.
Cody,
We cannot.
You're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
Say it for the crowd.
We cannot let Spencer have any.
Yes, sir!
We cannot let Spencer have any.
Turns out that heckin' Spencer didn't ask any anyway. No, he did.
Win-win.
Probably did.
That's a win-win in my book.
Well then, we will begin, and the first attempt will go to Breaderson.
Oh, thank God.
The field is completely open. Go ahead.
Dear Fenris, how you doing, girl?
Okay,
Is that
that
a
question, the very first question that was asked
Yes.
tonight? Okay. That question was not asked by one of your fellow players.
I thought it was a Carrie question, too. I'm glad that you
I thought
said that.
I thought it was a Hayden question.
Really?
Because Hayden was like,
Did
yeah,
everybody?
I asked something.
Did everybody like put in something?
I was gonna say bold of you to assume that Hayden submitted questions.
Hayden
but if she
told
told
me.
you outright that she did, that's even more interesting to me.
I know. I don't think that they realized that they could get points from this.
I think
Sorry,
that's
Hayden,
fair. I
in
think
post.
I think that's interesting. Hayden's tipping her hand.
Well, it is
She
the
feels
first
confident.
Chat19.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. It's hard. You gotta. It's hard to get the rhythm for these things on the first time. Whichever
They'll
time
get
is
it.
the first time.
They'll be fine.
Well, all right. You've secured more inspiration for the other players. And with that, we're going to
Come on, Cody. Don't fuck
So,
it up.
I have ideas on what like could be like people, but
Oh,
I'm trying to
sorry.
hone in on specifically Spencer.
There's
Wow, I'm
priority
just
on
hoping
this.
I hit something.
There's a high priority. I get it.
I'm going for the most like. Here's the problem. He's like honed in on my like my strat of like trying to go against what he would normally like go for. So like it's hard, but I think that he cannot resist picking on bread.
That's true.
A bold,
So-
bold strategy.
I
that
think
won't
I know
pay
which one
off.
you're gonna, and I say it. I give you a thumbs up on that.
So, I think it's one of two at that point. I think that it is. What if Dear Fenris is the first part of that.
Most of them start like that,
Good.
yeah. You're doing great.
I don't want him to have anything. I don't
You're
want him to
doing
have anything. Dear Fenris, what would you do if the Pale Lady was responsible for amnesis?
Oh, okay. That question, dear Fenris, how would you feel if the amnesis was caused by the Pale Lady?
A little early.
That question was not asked by one of your fellow
Son
players.
of a bitch!
We suck. I had so much good luck when Spencer was here.
Oh, you
Damn.
Well,
both
that's
have
because here's the
two
thing.
guesses.
Like me and I don't want to toot my own horn. Me and Spencer are the best people for asking questions.
First of all, I gave Spencer my question last time so that you would guess that it was me and he would be the one who got the inspiration. Not to reveal a strategy.
Interesting strat.
I may be driving some of the madness behind that. Okay.
Well, with that, the
Um,
guest's back over to you, and I will remind you that all 9 questions are still open.
There's 37 questions.
I mean,
Oh
hey,
my god, if we're the only ones that don't have inspiration, we better
Well,
be
here's the
rolling.
thing. Like I said, I'm honing in on a couple, but I don't think they're Spencer's. So
Yeah. Heckin', we gotta roll 19s. Oh, god.
do what you must.
I don't think any of the rhyming ones are anyone.
Oh, the stadium sketty.
Mhm.
That was all me. I'll own up to that.
Oh, wow.
it's a sketty.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So Fenris, that Aviana. Oh, that. Oh, have to be good at this. What was Fenris gonna tell Flint?
Okay, let me find it.
Because I feel like Carrie would want to know that.
Okay. Dear Fenris, what were you gonna tell Flint about Lexi?
Mm-hmm.
That question was asked by one of your fellow players. For a bonus point of inspiration, who do you think it was?
Was it Carrie Carrison?
It was the Carrie. 2 points of inspiration.
Well,
You did it. I'm
Good
so
luck.
proud.
good luck, Cody.
Both of Spencer's questions are still open.
We still haven't stopped Spencer. Why are you telling me good luck?
I don't know, because
I don't care that you got the carry question.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Knowing Spencer, and I say this lovingly, if something silly is going on that he cares about enough, he will use those inspiration before we get back to the tournament.
Yes, but how can we get his dog into the town?
It might not even. It might be like if him and Tanti are hanging out and she tries to fucking grapple him. There go both of the inspiration.
I mean, with
I'm
that.
speaking mad strats here.
I want to say, I'm trying to put my brain in Spencer's brain. Like
Steal
I'm trying
your
to
girl.
I'm trying to pick things that
Sounds
that
like
I
someone.
wouldn't think he would say, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which really cuts out all the Vogan questions, right? Like that just cuts those right out.
Maybe questions about the.
I have one. I think
Genuinely trying to help you. So if you wanna.
I have one that I
Discuss.
think I have one that I think is somebody's, but I don't know whose. So
I think steal your girl.
I'm gonna go with. Dear Quinn, have you ever had a boyfriend/girlfriend before?
Okay. That question.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Dear Quinn, have you ever had a boy/girlfriend before? That question was not asked by one of your fellow
I have
players.
I have one more idea.
You're both down to one last guess. And it is your turn, Brad.
Oh my god.
Do with your final shot? How much more inspiration will you give to people?
Ah!
I will
Okay.
remind you, neither of you have landed on a Spencer question yet.
I don't care as much as Cody does about that.
I care.
I have certain faith that Spencer will spend them before we get into the competition again.
Bold assumption.
Which, I mean, and if he gets inspiration during the tournament, that's great for him. Like, I have 2 that I might spend.
I am willing to not have any inspiration just so that I can guess at one that I think is him, because I have guesses for ones that aren't him. I think I might know one of the Hayden questions, but I'm not going to say anything.
Oh my god, why?
Because I want you to find a Spencer question, not a Hayden question.
Well, I'm
and you don't
looking
care,
for
so I'm not telling you shit. We're not in the same team anymore.
This is what I get for saying how I actually feel.
How you feeling? What's your guess?
Sorry, I'm perusing. There's so many fucking questions to read, which
There are
we're
several.
blessed to have. Thank you everyone for asking questions.
thank you very
Oh my
much.
god. My ADHD is not helping me right now. Do I go with a wild card for my last one or risk it? Because I think this one, even though it's a Vogan question, might be Spencer. Do you want to discuss Cody, since this co-aligns our 2 interests?
I don't think that question's a Spencer question, so you do what you want. Mostly because Fendog and Quintown. I don't think that's.
But that's definitely Chase. That's definitely Chase.
Are you so sure?
I am, but I don't think I'm gonna guess that one. The Aviana question about Miss Steal Your Girl.
Okay, so that is so Fenris. That Aviana though, you afraid of Miss Steal Yo Girl? That question. And as a reminder, both Spencer questions are still on the board.
I don't just. Oh my god.
That question
Sugar, what is it? Is it?
Was asked by one of your fellow players.
Yeah.
Now, who asked it?
Oh my god. This could totally be a Spencer question.
Who
because he
would
has an
ask
interest
such
in
a thing
Aviana.
of Fenris?
It's either Hayden or Vogan. Not Vogan, the character.
Vogan.
I mean Spencer.
All right.
Oh my god. Well, I've secured 3 inspiration, so I'll go wild card. Is this Hayden?
This question was not asked by Hayden.
Was it Carrie?
It was asked by Spencer.
Really? I thought that was Hayden so hard. Here's the thing. I thought that was a Hayden question, but then as soon as I reread it, like as she was saying it, I'm like, nah, wait a minute. That is 100% a Aaron question, and then it just wasn't, and I'm shook.
Like, I knew it though. Did you not hear? I guessed myself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
You goobered yourself.
I goobered
I mean,
myself.
I'm still happy.
Man, yeah, that's true.
That limits the amount you have and limits the amount he can have.
I have 3. Hey, Cody, I have 3.
That means you didn't get 4. I don't. Here's the thing. I'm not
I
worried
don't think
about
I could get 4. Oh, you should be worried. Oh, bitch. Oh, okay. Keep talking. That's cute. That's cute too. I see you. I see you.
And we
Watch
have
out.
moved on to the final guess
you.
of this dangerous high-stakes game.
Top 3. Who's the dragon suspects? Lord Maureen, go.
Okay.
That's a good guess too. I will
Dear
say.
Fenris and Quintus, top 3, who's the dragon suspects, excluding High Lord Maureen, go. This question was asked by one of your fellow players. But who asked it, Deco? /or Cody.
Chase, you gotta help me out here with something, all right? You gotta give me a lifeline. I have a question.
You have a
I have a
question? Okay, I can't promise I'll answer it.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to promise. There's 9 of them that are everybody, right?
Yes, among all of
Okay.
the players who submitted.
And Spencer did 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it could
How
still
many
be
did
him.
how many did Hayden do?
Hayden also asked 2 questions.
Okay, thank you. All right. Fuck. And last thing. How many did Carrie do? And you don't have to answer, but I'd love if you would.
Uh-huh. Okay. Carrie also asked 2 questions.
Okay. Fuck.
Wow. Did Izzy ask 1
Perhaps.
or Aaron?
This
Ooh,
is such.
Perhaps
The
not.
reason I
gonna be-
didn't say this.
No,
Okay, so this is the
Blue,
one I've been looking at.
Cody.
This is the one I've been looking at from the very beginning. Like, this is the one I thought was immediately from our friends, because they are the
Yeah.
always ones that bring up the dragon thing.
Mhm.
And this sounds like such a Carrie question.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, it's definitely not Hayden, because I think Hayden
This sounds
like
such a
doesn't
Carrie
really
question.
think about if High Lord Morin or anyone's a dragon. I feel like they haven't been brought up to speed on that.
However,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go for broke and say it's a Spencer question anyway, even though I'm pretty sure it was a Carrie question.
It could be a
This
Spencer
question was asked by Aaron.
Damn it, Aaron!
Wow, yeah,
I
that
got it
sounds
anyway,
Like him
that's
too.
fine.
You
Yeah.
got.
Yay!
There was so many. There's so many friends now.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
have so many friends. I don't.
What
I
a
hate it.
curse! How
I
horrible!
hate it.
Mm.
Can
Man.
we kill half of them?
Oh please!
Can Spencer be one of them?
No. If we're killing our friends, we start with.
all
me.
right. What was the other Spencer question? I need to
Okay,
know.
the other Spencer question was, Dear Quintus, say you find a wife, do you think you'd have any trouble convincing them to go all the way
I hate him so much.
That is a good question.
I thought
At
that
least
was Izzy.
It's one inspiration.
I thought that was Izzy so hard because I thought it was like a follow up to like the whole Raleigh Quintus like go
Mhm.
No, Izzy's question was, Dear Quintus, any regrets giving up that sick-ass hammer to Fenris?
Yeah.
That
tracks.
That tracks, yeah.
What were the carry questions?
The carry questions, you got one of them right, Brad.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yes, you got the Flint about Lexi one right.
Yeah.
The other
Haha,
one
I
was-
didn't tell her. Ha! Keep guessing, bitch.
I
The other
hate
one?
I hate that question was Aaron so much.
The other carry question was, Dear Fenris, we don't know much about the Pill Lady. If her and Taquin got into a fight, who do you think would win?
Aww,
Who would Fenris better money on?
Katie.
Logan, betting.
Oh.
The reason I didn't
That's
say
so funny.
okay,
Oh my God.
the reason I didn't say that was any of us is because we've all been told not to do that anymore. That's why I thought it was a
that's
question.
so smart. She's
That's
so
why
smart.
I thought it was a question from the audience because
A
we've all been
visionary.
told not to do that anymore.
Well,
But
it's
of
just not
course,
funny
Carrie
anymore.
fucking doesn't say that.
Carrie's so damn smart. How smart is that? Something that we all are tired of.
It's like
No.
a trick-
It's not smart. It's just she knows she can get away with it and we can't.
I mean, if she lives with the man. He could walk over and beat her up. I feel she's in more danger.
I'm in danger.
Me.
And then the last two questions were, Dear Quintus, you come across as outwardly boisterous and excitable.
Yeah,
is there more going on. That was a Hayden question.
I thought that was one of the Hayden questions.
Mhm.
Again,
And-
I didn't know it was either Hayden or it was Aaron, but because I didn't think it was fucking Spencer, I completely just skipped over that one.
Other Hayden question was, Dear Fenris, Fenris has grown so much since we first got introduced to her, etc., etc.
Girl,
Really, that was
Hayden,
her.
you have not. Wow.
She did
He
say
doesn't-
she was like. I
They're
think she
asking
said she tried
so
to
good
watch
questions,
some
like-
of it.
They ask such great questions.
I
love
didn't think
Hayden.
that would be a Hayden question at all.
I would die for Hayden.
Oh.
Good job
Very
getting
last
those
question.
inspiration. If you use them to win,
Yeah, what was the last one?
I'll kill you.
Very last question was, Dear Quintus and Fenris, assuming the sky's the limit, what activities/events would you want to get up to
Is
at
that-
the party by Aaron?
True.
I was gonna say that does sound like an Aaron question. I didn't think that was a party member at all.
Damn. Wow, everyone did such a good job.
Everybody's so good. There's so much inspiration going around, boys.
I know. That means the party's gonna be absolute chaos, because I feel like most people don't have stakes in the tournament anymore, so they're willing to throw their inspiration around. So I'm more than expecting Lexi to, like, immediately use those inspiration to whoop Flint's butt.
It's cool.
Like-
I have.
so good.
I can have my revenge next time.
Oh yeah, me too.
With that, I think we're gonna wrap up this episode of Chat19.
Hey.
Hey!
Thank you both so much for coming and answering all these wonderful questions that we got.
Oh,
Oh,
Chase, I have a question.
Yes.
Can we turn one of the questions into a long animated fight scene?
Oh, no.
That
I hear Logan wanted us to do that.
I believe it. I guess we'll find out in the we'll go based off of how this video goes.
Yeah,
You'll-
I think
you'll know.
he wants to edit some more of it and like go over it the entire month.
Yeah, the viewers at home, you'll know based on if you saw a long animated fight scene.
Oh, it would have been great. It's great too, right? Like
I mean,
he
it's
did,
gonna be
he
the
did
best
such a
thing
good
ever.
job. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Proud of him.
So
I'm really proud of him.
on behalf of Logan, the thank you for coming and answering questions has been totally revoked, I will assume. But I'll still thank you for coming and answering questions.
Megan, thank you for being such a great host.
You did
Bam.
great
It
for
was
your
fun.
first time.
Yeah, I think I did
I mean, a
okay
little
for my
shaky,
first
but you
time.
know, you'll get better as time goes on.
Hopefully. And with that, I also want to thank everybody who came in and asked these questions, all the players who came in and asked
you
questions,
all.
all the audience members.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. If you have other questions you want to ask, you can use the form in the description of this video or on the Twitch comment page. We're going to be doing a real good one next time. It's going to be Marion the Flux next
Oh.
time. Get them Flux questions in.
Beep
I want
boop
to
boy.
hear them. I want to
Beep
know
boop
about the
boy.
boy.
Tell us about the boy.
First time Flux, first time Miriam too. Every time's first time.
Yeah, every time's the
Oh
first time.
yeah.
It's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah.
For
But
the
thank you all
first
so
time.
much. It's gonna be such a good time. Thanks everybody. Thank you. Submit them questions. Keep on having fun, and we will see you next time on Chat19.
Goodbye, everybody.
Audie Toast, you're loved and appreciated. Trademark.
Catchphrase. Goodbye.
Meh.